So we've got one final race before the tea interval here at the Regatta, and this is the Diamond Jubilee between Nottingham and Union Rowing Club and Clares Court School. Now, I saw Clares Court School on the programme and thought it might be the Forley, but actually it's the Diamond Jubilee. So wonderful to see a club that's done so well on the boys' side in the Forley to try and come here and replicate in the Diamond Jubilee, and we are in for a cracker of a race. Look at that, it's Nottingham and Union on the right-hand side of your picture with, my word, centimetres over Clares Court.
Yeah, this is a great race. This is exactly the kind of race we want to see on the Wednesday of the Regatta. There's maybe a foot or two in it. Clares Court have just gone up by another foot. Both crews looking technically good. You can see from this aerial shot the fact that you can see the blades emerge and then square up at exactly the same time, particularly on the Clares Court School crew, because of the white blades. Gives you a good sense of their technical competence, and you can see actually that is helping them to go out to a slightly larger lead. They've got probably about a canvas now, just a little bit more.
Now, both crews rating fairly similarly, sort of 34, 35, but actually with very different styles off the back end there, Neil. What do you think is the difference between how they're approaching this middle section of the race?
Quite some distance away. Oh, that's a better shot now, so we can see a little bit better flow around the back end. This is actually a good stage of the race for the crew on the Buckinghamshire side. You're just that little bit further out of the stream. As you come towards the end of the race, the Berkshire crew, in this case Nottingham Union, will be a little bit better sheltered, albeit that Clares Court have moved over, and you can see Gwyn Batten just had to warn them back onto their station.
Yeah, they really chose that moment where we had them in the drone shot to decide to go, and I think that you've got to stick to your race plan. You can go too early, and it's very easy to get excited at a big grand event like Henley Royal Regatta. So we'll have to see if Clares Court can hang on to this push ahead of Nottingham and Union. But they are experienced girls in the stern pair of this crew. Nuala McFarlane and Hannah Hickson for Clares Court. They got the silver medal in the double at national schools, so a good stern pair to drive this crew. And I think they probably will have the experience to hang on. But Nottingham and Union are sticking to them like glue, like you would.
They are. In fact, if anything, I think they've come back slightly. There's now, well, maybe 3/4 of a length to Clares Court. The angle was deceptive there, but it's still within the Nottingham Union capacity to come back. You can see that Clares Court aren't having it all their own way. The steering isn't quite going the way that it should. Gwyn Batten has just had to warn them back onto the Buckinghamshire station. And every time you steer, it does cost you boat speed. So this is the kind of thing that, when you've still got overlap, you don't really want to have to do.
Yeah, and actually that steering just caused Clares Court's blade work to get a little bit scrappy there. They just caught the water and didn't quite square it properly. It wasn't a full crab, but it will have lost them some time and some distance. So keep an eye there on the left-hand side of your picture. They've recovered well. I can see their coach Tom Joss looking on from the launch, just keeping an eye on what this crew is doing, and they are being warned again, and it's opening the door here for Nottingham and Union. I mean, if you're in that Nottingham and Union crew now, Neil, you need to go, right?
You absolutely need to go now, because it'll be very obvious to the Nottingham Union crew that Clares Court are struggling with their steering. They're being warned by the umpire, and that is the point to take advantage, because Nottingham and Union have maintained a very straight course on the Berkshire Plumes. The course is really coming to their advantage now, and you can see that they have closed that gap. They're not yet in front, but they're certainly not 3/4 length down. It's there if they go now.
30 strokes to go in this final race before the tea interval. You are here with the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. Clares Court on the left-hand side of your picture, Nottingham and Union on the right-hand side of your picture. This has been a stunning race for the last 2,000 metres, but what have Nottingham and Union got to give to the Berkshire station here for the final few strokes? Have they got enough? I'm not sure they do. I think it will be a canvas just there for Clares Court School, who won that race through the middle section. It did them well, and a really stunning race to finish on for this section of racing now.
Fantastic race. Clares Court really hung on there. They didn't make it easy for themselves. That last 200-300 metres, steering definitely allowed Nottingham Union to come back into it, but in the end, they had just enough.